Well, hello out there on this crisp, beautiful first Saturday evening of 2026. Welcome. My name is Lunchbox. That's one word, capital L, capital B. Thank you very much. And well, tonight we're going to watch some bad wrestling, but I decided to do something a little different. Got a beer, got a little smoke, decided let's hang out and talk to a good friend of mine. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring on the man of the hour. He goes by many monikers. He is the Lucha Killer. He is the best looking everything. He is the people's villain. But most importantly, he is a good friend and a brother of mine. One of the first guys to take a chance on me in wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hang out. Jason Hastings.
What's up, buddy?
Hey man, how's it going?
It's good, man. It's a little late here, but you sent out the bat signal to call. I'm like, yeah, you know what? What the hell have I been doing my Saturday nights for the last 2 months? Absolutely nothing. So
Oh, that's
I'm
absolute
here.
bullshit, and we'll get into that.
I do everything I normally do is usually Friday nights. So it's very rare that I do a Saturday thing now. So it's very weird to look at my calendar and I'm like, what do I got this weekend? Oh, a birthday party. Wow. Not, oh, I'm in fucking insert town name here for this company, insert name there. It's so different to be off the road now, but I love dropping in and doing these damn things. They're always a good time.
No, and I'm glad you were up and about. Let's watch a bad wrestling match and whatnot. And then next thing you know, we're hanging out pre-production. We just get talking about fucking everything and
Every
nothing all at the
time.
same
Every time. It never
time. And
fails,
it's
dude.
just like, you know what? So yeah, it's like, you know what? Let's just do that. I mean, if I want to throw on a death match to piss you off, I'm locked and loaded. I got it ready. Matter of fact, just the name would piss you off. And as you know, I vet things just long enough to make sure they work. And oh my God, Pumpkin to the Groin is the name
Uh,
of the video I picked.
I can't even imagine it. I'm glad that we called a pivot here because like I would fucking lose my mind if this shit was a thing tonight because I would. I can't do much more bad wrestling. I see enough right now because Obviously, I'm vetting and scouting and like looking at stuff for 2026. And for a lot of good that's out there, there's a lot of fucking bad out there, man.
You know, the thing about it is the vetting is what really helps. I think, you know, and that's something. And let's be real, we're in a field. For those of you who aren't aware of, you know, me and Jason and what we do, Jason is the owner of California Wrestling Association, which has been running for 11 or 12.
This sure will be 13.
This is 12 years
Yep.
strong at this
So
point.
CWA 13. Yep.
Yep, CWA 13 coming in October 2026. And I know what's happening there already. I've had some talks and oh shit, you guys are in for it. But you know, Jason has not only that, but he recently just retired from a 15-year in-ring career spanning all of northern southern California, working with anybody and everybody. And you know, and for those of you who didn't know, we got to sit down and do a really cool little 30-minute interview that we were going to wait 2 weeks to put out, and then Randy just pulled the trigger on it and put it out on YouTube, so you can check. It's like the next day, dude. Like we were like, all right, we're gonna put this out right before the CWA anniversary show. Randy's like, bro, I got it done this morning. I'm gonna load it up. Tell me what you think.
Like, well, he's got one. Like, I know he was working on it. Like, so we have a few things that never made the light of day. Like, we had one where we did like it's kind of like we were in the car together driving to a next level show in Stockton, for Princeton's church. And I guess the air was too loud, so it just sounded like shit. So that one never made the light of day. But then, like along the way of the retirement tour, he started like filming like people, like, "Hey, what do you think about Jason?" Blah 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 blah. And I don't think he's ever put any of it together yet. So like, I remember like I asked him about the last time I saw him. Like, hey, like, you filmed a bunch of shit asking like, "Oh, what do people think of me?" Like, and I never saw it. He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I got to work on that." Like, I like, I don't care personally. Like I said, I've accepted that like it's over. Like, and I know a lot of people are like, "Oh no, it's not over. It's not over. He'll be back or whatever." Like, and like I don't need to be back. There's nothing to do. There's nothing left. Like I would. There's people I still would love to work that I never got to. Like absolutely, but
Who?
at this point, like, oh fuck, there's a few, man. Like me and Papo never did anything. Me and Big Ugly never did
Oh,
anything.
wait, who was that other
Um,
one?
Big Ugly.
Oh, oh,
We were supposed to. We were supposed to do like so we were supposed to do it in July. Ugly invited us, me and Roger. That's a whole story in itself. He invited me and Roger to go out there to do Ugly Dojo, and Ugly started having some issues with I think his neck again. So he wound up scrapping it. But then I fucked up and I didn't realize that I was supposed to pick up Roger at his shoot job. So I just kept driving, and me and Gabe were in the fucking truck, Prince Gabriel. And then Trish texts me. He's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "We're outside the fucking venue. Where are you?" And he's like, "I'm at work." I'm like, "Dude, stop fucking with me." I'm thinking this whole time this is one big ass rib. And even Gabe like asked me. He goes, "Hey, we're supposed to pick a trip." I'm like, "No, no." I talked to him this morning. He didn't say anything about no fucking ride. And yeah, no, I guess I was supposed to pick him up, and he got left at work, and Jen had to go get him, which was completely my fuck up. And then I got to the venue. I'm like, I told Ugly man, "Dude, I'm so sorry. This is completely my fault. Like, I've never done this before. Like, I fucked up."
I
And
forgot
then he's
Trip.
like, I told him, I was like, "I forgot Trip." And he's like, "Okay, you and Prince can team up." I'm like, "Okay." And then we did when we faced God, Nick Night Train, and I can't remember his partner's name, so I apologize to that young man. But they were cool. They were good. They were fun to work with. And then, like I said, then I retired a couple months later. And Ugly got back in the ring, and I stepped out of the ring. So that's a missed opportunity. Like I said, Papo. Um, I never got to do Flacco in singles, even though I called him out the Super Show 2 years ago. Like we did like a little bit of mingling in a 6-man tag, but I never got him down here, which sucked. But other than that, like everybody pretty much on my list was like, yeah, I got him. Check, 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 check. And I don't think I've ever did anything singles with Sims. I know I did a tag with him, against him. Excuse me, against him. But
Not that I can think of. Like I don't remember you
we
ever going.
haven't. We never intersected. Only at one place is where we did a tag match because there's a picture of him slapping me that I always send him every year as like a big haha. And it's like, here you go. It's just him literally just smacking the fucking my face off.
Oh, dude, you should, dude. I wish you would have been here in Los Banos for him versus Roger for that Four Corners balloon match. We threw together for them because everything was good. Like the show itself, like as far as everything goes, it was. There are a bunch of families that came to see wrestling, and there are a bunch of metalheads that came to see a show.
Yeah, it's a
And
given.
well, and the wrestling was received beautifully. Like I will say there weren't a bunch of wrestling fans there, but it was received really well. Like there was no "this is dumb" or everything. The whole event went off without a hitch. But like Sims, good old Captain Save a show. He's gonna fucking get Trip fired up, and Trip's coming out there to entertain everybody anyway. And
Yeah.
he was like, "This is a bunch of non-wrestling fans. It's our time to convert wrestling fans." And so next thing you know, they're doing this Four Corners match, like brawling everywhere. They go into the bar, fucking someone yells out, "Grab his dick and twist it." Sims is like, "Grab his what and what?" And he gives him the old dick twist right in the middle of Smokey Joe's in downtown Los Banos. And that video circulated through our online group for the town for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, like Sims, like doesn't get enough credit for being like that a utility player. Like I don't want to say he's a good hand because I know it's something like it's not really that he's not a good hand. Like he is a utility player. He can be a heel, he can be a face, he can be beginning of the card, middle of the card, end of the card. He could be a guy that you want to use to bring in a kid. Like it just he just has so many skills that I think a lot of people don't really like give him enough credit for. But then I think, and like, so the last few years, I feel like people are seeing it and doing it because, like I said, he had to run the next level champs and he won the East Bay title, I think, twice. And he's kind of like I said, he's been around for 20 fucking some years already, dude. And like, when he's always been one of those dudes, man, that's like, he's not with any bullshit. Like, he stays out of people's bullshit. He's just a real motherfucker. Like, he's a good dude. Like, you can't, he's like a good guy to have on your team.
He and like you said, you can put him anywhere. And the name I dropped, and I got that from fucking Devin Danger, was Captain Save a Show.
Yeah, I
Like,
like it.
like Sean Sims is the kind of guy that he's gonna go out there and whatever task you task him with, he's gonna handle it, no questions asked, 100%. At that last Blacklist show, Danger got hurt 3 days out, and so we had him go against the Wastelanders as
Yeah,
in a
that's right. And the
handicap.
handicap. Yep.
Yeah, and he made them look like absolute gods.
And the thing is, like, I don't know
Dude,
if well, like, I don't know, like that. I didn't know this until like not a few months ago. I want to say that he was sick, and I had no fucking clue. Like, cause the way he was in there moving and helping those guys and like putting them over and doing everything that he was doing, would not have the slightest idea that he was sick, dude. But yeah,
no,
he told me. I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "I didn't know that." Like,
yeah, and he texted me that morning, was like, "Do I still need to show up?" And I was just like, "Please, like, that's not like you to say no." But and what sucks is we had a possible last minute partner for him. Hex from Best of the West, their former West Coast champion, had told me he was going to try and drive up and make the show. So I texted him that morning, was like, "Yo, hey, if you're still gonna make it, bring your gear, man." Like,
yeah,
well, I'm my first trip down to Best of the West. I'm high on that kid a lot. Like Hex is dope. Like, and so him and Sims, I thought would have been actually a really good pairing, and a good way to
yeah.
introduce him.
I've heard a lot about him. Like, I really haven't seen much of his work, so it really is like, like I said, part of the whole vetting and scouting thing is like I just kind of tap into different places. Like, obviously, I try to stay within my home organizations or places that like I have already deep connections to. It's just like, okay, let me see, let me check this guy out. Let me check this guy out. So I do know of him. Like I said, I know like Randy's brought up another name that I'm starting to get familiar with, Honest John. I know that like yeah, like
Oh,
he's told me a lot about him.
you've seen Honest John.
I if I did, it's very very vague memory.
Okay. Let me jog your memory a little bit. The first night of the Blacklist Cruiserweight Open Invitational,
Hmm.
it was the same, and you might have missed his match because that was the same night Best of the West was running across Fresno, and the BLE, you and Tommy
We
Cruz
probably split.
wrestled,
Yeah.
and then you had to run over there and invade real quick, and then you came back. But we had Honest John versus another kid from down there, Red Williams,
Oh yeah, I like
formerly known
him.
as
Yeah.
Artorias the Wanderer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had those two because I remember when we started knocking people off on the tournament, me, Will, and Peter got together and we were like, dude, everybody, everybody was so good. We had Rude Dragon, we had Torch, we had Jeff Roth, we had Honest John, Artorias. The next show we got some dude chilling. Like they and Honest John, and I've had the pleasure of calling. I called him that night at Blacklist. I called him at Best of the West, my first show down there, and then I called him. I called one of his matches at Fighting Spirit Pro here in Los Banos, and stand up class act, good dude. And he can work, and he's a great heel.
I've seen. Like I said,
Great
I've
heel.
seen the things I've seen. I'm like, okay. I was like, I think I can definitely because like my whole thing is obviously for being a heel for so long that it's like I'm very biased to a heel and but there's an art to it and if you're not checking those boxes that I feel like I perfected, then I'm not. I'm like you're not going to really move my needle because I feel like being a heel is so much more than just telling people to shut up and pointing at them. You know what I mean? Like you have to do a
What
lot
are
with
you
your
talking
body.
about? That's the Trip Rogers
Oh, I
special.
know, and it fucking drives me fucking crazy with it. Like he would, God, he would kill me. Like he knows that. Like that's the number one rule: don't fucking point. And but like it just shut up. Like it's God drives me nuts. And but it just there's so much to being a heel that we can't even cover on this fucking show because it's a lot with your body, it's a lot with your mannerisms, it's a lot like and people remember that. People always tell me they're like, "Oh, you make the funniest faces when you get hit," or you the way you react to things sometimes. It's like it catches people's minds. Like somebody will say something, I'll just start staring at them, and they just think it's the funniest shit ever. And I'm not even saying anything. I'm just looking at them. Like it's just there's just little check boxes that go part of the bigger scheme of being a heel that a lot of people still don't do. Like
Well,
anybody can go out there and just do the whole "Oh, gotcha." Like anybody can do that fucking shit. But to do it in the match as the match is progressing while also getting the other guy over is an art that so many people don't have, man. That it just takes years and years and years. Like I feel like my best heel work came my last fucking 3 years.
you
And
know, I was gonna take the pivot and be like, all right, let's dive into the psychology of being a heel. But before we get there, let's talk about that because you're right. Like your heel work these last couple years has been spectacular, which is fucking funny because
because I finished as a baby face.
well,
Like
okay,
that too. Like
so you win the Blacklist title, right? And like I still to this day, and I hope he comes across this and sees this. Prince Gabriel, when he did his promo on you at the beginning of the night, he didn't seem to realize that he just went total full blown heel on you. You know, the whole like what you can't do in 15, I did in 5. Like, I mean, he just starts dogging you. I don't know if that was you kind of taking that for real or you just playing into it. Okay. Cop to that. And next thing you know, you come out, when you do the match, you were acting heelish, you did kick him in the groin. But beyond that, it was one of those nights. Boss couldn't make it. Trip couldn't make it. So you're alone. There's no BLE. There's no goons. Which for the past, since I've been calling your career 3 years prior to that, that was what you made your living on, was fucking Jason Hastings ain't gonna get pinned because someone's gonna bail him out. Someone's gonna cheat to win. Somebody, and all of a sudden, you three best looking cutters deep, pin Prince Gabriel clean in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3. And then for the next like 6 months, we can't book a goon for you because they're all busy or sick or hurt or and
Yeah,
so
it was a hell of a run, man, because you think about like the trajectory of like my career, I always had somebody with me. It started with me and this kid named Grim because he was the promoter's son. And then it went from Grim to Matt Sparks, from Matt Sparks to Zach Payne. So Zach Payne, it was me and Freddie for a while, then me, Freddie to Tap Out Kid, Eddie Hernandez to whoever. Like it's always been somebody with me. So it's like I've always been like the tag guy. So like it was cool. Like and then like I said, I went to TWF and then it was me and Mario. Then it was me and Timmy. Then it was me, Timmy and Mario. Then it was me and Roger. And then it was me, Roger and Landis. And then it was me, Roger and Landis and Kyle. Then it was me and Kyle. Then it was me by myself again. Like it's always been somebody with me. And then, like I said, you have the little sprinkles of different guys. Like Joni Quill came in for a little bit with us. Boss, Princeton, Mario, like there's always been somebody with me, some way, shape, or form, and it's like, and I don't know if that's just by design or just because like I'm like I always just felt like I felt that I was always up there as a heel, but I always wanted to bring people up with me. So I always
it,
just kind of like, hey, come with me, like let's
it helps to
be
be
my
a heel.
tag partner.
It helps to be a heel if you've got somebody that's willing to take that cheap shot, that's willing to make your insurance policy, as it were. You
Yeah,
know,
because I've had so fucking many of them, dude. Like it's like, and I always just throw stupid monikers behind him. Like Kyle was the best looking manager. Landis the best looking referee. Roger was just the best looking everything forever. Until started doing the Rambling Playboy. Mario, Timmy. Like I've always just had people with me along the way. Now Badman. As part of
oh
BLE.
fuck
Like
that. Everybody out there, if you're any sort of promoter and you have not heard the name the bad man Eric Dennis, stop sleeping, wake the fuck up.
he's
Like
so good.
bad man
Like
Eric Dennis.
we were talking about it earlier off camera about like promoting and like videos and stuff like that. I when I met Eric, like I think with him and I've talked about it privately, like I was, he was a young kid. I'm like, I don't really know if he's gonna really do this shit, because it's like he didn't really present himself to me to a point where I'm like, yeah, I don't really know if this guy's gonna really do much, like he just kind of wasn't like we were doing some basic drills, really wasn't getting it. And then like I disappeared for a while from next level, came back and he already had the bad man thing going and then he just kind of started finding his personality and then like something clicked with him in social media where it's like, and he has a real job, obviously, like in private life and all that, but he is so good about maintaining his social media and putting himself out there. And then, like I said, he changed his look, he dyed his hair, did all these little things that like made him stand out towards like he doesn't look like a generic fucking wrestler anymore.
His
Like he looks
gear.
like, yeah, like
He,
it's
look,
just different.
he looks exactly like he wants to look. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like a lot of people have a vision of themselves. They look like how they feel they come off, and that's not how they actually come off. He comes
Oh
off as
yeah.
a fucking punk rock douchebag, like that creep. He's 30 and he's hitting on 18-year-old chicks at the bar. Like he plays that. He's so beautifully sleazy, and the bad man. Like it's a very simple moniker, the bad man. But like no, and then you see him and kid can work. Like
He's gotten a lot better. Like he went to the ugly dojo and kind of like kind of got himself a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more, like seasoned and polished. And Ugly is the perfect guy for that. He had his beginning reps at next level, and then he went through a couple changes with personnel, and he's like, okay, I still want to keep doing this, and I want to keep bettering myself. So how do I better myself? And this is how I do it. Boom, boom, boom. And he's just a guy that when I think about promos and I think about people that stand out, like he's one. Like anytime I see him post something, I'm like, I'll watch it. Sometimes I'll forget to like it or heart it or something. I'm like, oops, shit. But I will watch it and I'll check it. I'm like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the biggest thing that I feel's lost is, you know what? I see a lot of these guys out here, wrestlers. They can work in the ring, but tell me who you are. Why should I invest myself in you for good or for ill? Why should I cheer for you? Why should I boo you? He's got that down to a science.
Just yeah, he's coming to his own. Because I guess training next level at the Dragon's Den, or excuse me, they're not the same place. My apologies. I guess training at the Dragon's Den for BMF Wrestling, and one of the first times I stepped in there and did like a guest training, all I simply said is, I want you guys to cut a promo, 60 to 90 seconds, and I said it's all going to be Sesame Street characters. I don't care who you pick, don't care any of that. Just tell me why you're fighting. Tell me your character. Tell me what it is. Every single one of them said, "Oh, I'm Joe Blow, and I'm gonna beat up Elmo. I'm gonna beat up Cookie Monster. I'm gonna do this." Every single one of them missed my point. When I would do my promos, and I told them like, I would say, "Hey, it's the best look and everything." Blah 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 blah. Saturday, July 12th. I'm going to be wrestling at Strummers in Fresno, California. Strummers is a dump that we know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to be wrestling Lunchbox. Lunchbox, you run your mouth, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I can't wait to smack you up and down in Fresno at Strummers on July 12th. Not a single fucking person would say the date, the venue, any of it. And I'm like, you guys, you're all saying the same mistakes. I said, and here's the thing. I was like, you guys, I was like, if I'm watching a promo a week before the show, I don't know when the fucking show is. I was like, and I'm not going to go out of my way to go and like, when the fuck is this show for Joe Blow Federation? I'm not going to do all that.
Right. Where's the show? Who's on?
Exactly.
Like what venue's the show at? What's the day? What? Because let me tell you something, Jason Hastings. You tell me that January 12th, you're going to show up at Strummers, smack Lunchbox around. Well, let me tell you something. This microphone I hold will make a really loud clunk off the top of your forehead on January 12th at Strummers, just like it did to Chucky D at BMF Wrestling.
Yeah, so it's to me, it's like I saw something today where like Robert Frank, if you know who he is, the guy that like, your arms really fucking slow. Like he posted something today that I'm like, it was perfect because he said like, I've been posting rage videos and these kind of videos and these kind of videos for so many fucking years. He's like, and I watch my algorithm tank because it says like the average time somebody watches these things is about 40 seconds. And I've said for goddamn, I don't know how long, 60 to 90 seconds is your sweet spot in a promo, because after that, people are not going to give a fuck.
Yeah, hurry up, dude.
Get your fucking point across and get the fuck out.
Oh, dude, no, like Asesino Martinez, who you and me both agree is one of the baddest. Like,
love the kid.
Kid's great. But he cut a promo on Jaya Jewel that was like 3.5 minutes long. And I watched the whole thing. I love promos.
I did too. I remember that one. It was
I'm an
for TWF.
fan. So I went, that was the week I did Fighting Spirit Pro. Jaya was that weekend. He was at Dragon's Den. And I was like, bro, like, stoked you're going to wrestle Asesino. Like, I think that's going to be great. So on and so forth. He's like, do you watch his promo? Yeah. All 3.5 fucking minutes of it? Sure did. He was like, man, he took all the time. I'm just going to, like, turn on the camera and be like, well, fuck, man, Gator roll the world. Like, I'm done. Like, He took out, and it was like, I got it. It was for somebody that understands the history between them. Like, we get invested in our local boys.
Yeah.
Like, what a privilege it was to do the audio speaking for the you and Trip promo and whatnot. Did anybody that just bought tickets for the show that wasn't already friends and fans of everything we've been doing leading up to that point get that far? Probably not.
No,
Like,
you never know because there's a lot of people that came to to the anniversary show where I've never seen these people a day in my fucking life, dude. Like it just they just so how happened to see that there was a wrestling event, and there's like so I walk out there and I'm like I don't know who that is. 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 I don't know. Who that is. Oh, there's Kelly and Gabe. There's Santino. There's oh there's John. There's Cheryl. There's Christina and Carl and Aaron, and I'm just going through, and there's Marissa. There's just like people. There's like, oh hey, shit, there's fucking Brad over there. Like, it's just you're going through it, but then there's so many people where I'm looking out. I'm like, don't know them, don't know them, don't know them, don't know them. Like, and it's like, other than the few times that like we told them what's going on, it was up to us to create what was going, like to like kind of more or less give them that hey, this is what's happening here, blah 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 blah. And I think with Assassino and Jaya, he fucking he said his truths. Like he's like, good for you, dude. You've been to Japan, you've done this, you've done this, you got an opportunity. It's cool. I don't give a shit. This is my hometown. This is my shit. This is my company. This is my belt. I love that. It was raw and it was gritty.
but had he said it in a minute instead of 3.5, I think more people would have finished it and been equally fired up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to be very protective of what you're doing and how long you're doing it because it's just you know, like I said, like a guy like Robert Frank, who's one of the most, or was at one point, excuse me, one of the most popular like gym influencers ever. And then it's like now it's like he's even like now like my 15 minutes of fame's coming up. I'm losing it. I'm losing it to the TikTok generation, to this generation, this generation. Like and it's that and that's some real shit, man. That was like that's pretty much like how it worked in my brain when I already knew I was really fucking banged up at the end of the 2025, or excuse me, end of 2024, and then just seeing everybody around me, and I'm like, there's no fucking reason for me to hang on anymore, dude. Like, there's so many good kids out here, and I'm like, why do I need to be a guy to take a fucking spot in the show? Like, because of my ego? Yeah, that's a big fucking part of it. Because I love it? That's a fucking gigantic part of it. But as time went on, it's like I can still love it and I can still, you know, satiate my ego without fucking bumping. I don't like, and that was something that I had to put the BLE away and bring Jason back into the real world because I'm waking up every day and I'm having fucking migraines and I'm waking up and I'm fucking limping and I'm waking up and I can fucking barely get out of bed and pick up the kids and it's like I got so tired of that life, dude, of like just feeling like shit all the fucking time that I'm like, what good is it for me as a father and a human being and a guy that works in healthcare and I see people at their fucking worst, dude. And I'm just like, and I'm limping in there, or I have a fucking black eye, or I have a fucking cut in my forehead, and I'm like, what does that mean? Like, I'm just like, I wouldn't want to be on the other side of this, And like, and I see these people, and like, sit there at their absolute worst, man. And I'm just like, yeah, I was like, I really got to stop, and that's what like, so. I think that was a big, big reason why. And like I said, like the talent pool out here, bro, is just it's fucking insane, man. Like, there's so many good kids out here.
Well, and that's where we started to go before we decided to pull the trigger and start talking about this.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that? Like, I had the pleasure of calling. You were in the first match I called. You were the first person that because I like to think that I have kind of been the torchbearer for live commentary. Like a lot of people wouldn't touch it until all of a sudden Blacklist starts doing it, and then you were like, you know what? Let's go ahead and let let's let it be live. And in the first time that I'm on a hot mic at Strummers, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You and me interact, and then I've had the privilege of calling most of your matches between now and then, because most of them have been in federations I work for. And then it's time to call it, and I had the pleasure of calling all that. But how does it feel now to be the guy responsible solely, because you were already the guy responsible for CWA, but now you don't have to worry about your match. You have to worry about everything else. How does that feel to you? Like what's the sense of being able to change roles, step into the side, and now it's your job to get these guys over in a different way? Talk about it.
They're probably gonna hate it. Everyone's gonna hate it. Like I feel like I feel like I'm sorry. I should have maybe waited before I said that. I feel like everybody's gonna be like, yeah, I don't want to work for Hastings anymore because I'm gonna be so fucking dialed in now that I'm gonna be sitting out there one way or another. Whether I'm just the guy clicking the fucking buttons to play the music videos, or I'm the guy at the fucking front door saying hello to everybody next to Brian, whatever the fuck, or I'm the asshole ringing the bell, It doesn't matter what it's gonna be. I'm always gonna be watching. I've
wait,
always been very hands-on,
wait,
with
we could
everything.
delegate the job of you being the asshole ringing the bell now.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
I
we'll
don't
see
want to
where
do that. No, like when I kept getting yelled at because I was fucking the way you used it. You finally get organized with your music after you pull me off that job, and like,
Dude, you don't know how much of a stress it is to do that fucking to do the music videos. I hate it so much, but
dude,
it's
but the
so
way,
easy just to
the way,
like two, three, four, five, like ding,
yes,
ding,
but
ding,
the way
and
you've
so
got it arranged with numbers and shit now is fucking
yeah,
easy. You've got Nate over there doing it, and it's his only job for the night. Whereas with
yeah,
me, when you had me doing it, we had to scroll up and down alphabetically. I'm over
yeah. It
here
was a
trying to lead a booth. Like
you're
I
like
got
pressing
fucking
this, ding, ding, ding. Hey, it's
right.
fun.
I
That's
got
like you're like,
Hammer leaning over, asking me questions. I got Kyle on the other side of me asking me questions. And then I've got to try and get the music right. And I fuck up. Prince Gabriel's yelling at me backstage. And fucking like, but now you just click 1, 2, 3. Like Will had it right with the stream deck.
oh, I love the Stream Deck, dude. I love the Stream Deck so much. Like,
The stream deck is the shit, dude.
yeah, like I need to like. There's so much stuff that like I want in 2026, but like my wallet don't allow it. And I'm just like, that's one. Like, I definitely want to upgrade the stage. Like, I know I was thinking about different ideas in my head about that. But I'm like, but baby steps, like everything we have right now is fine. It's just, like I said, putting on the fucking creative cap now where I'm like, okay,
Now
I
you don't have to
have
think
more
about a match.
time. Yeah. Now I have more time to be like, I really would love this, and I really would love this, and I really would love this, and this, and this. Like that's more like in my head more than anything. But then, like I said, I hope that nobody feels like I fuck this motherfucker because I am going to be a lot more critical of the things that are going on in ring because I've always had like my finger on the pulse because again like I'm
It's
not
your
trying to be an
company, it's your
asshole
job.
here. It's my company, it's my job, it's my money. You know what I mean? Like it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, let me rely on the gate and I'll pay you. Like, no, like this is money coming out of my personal bank account, Brian's personal bank account, Davy's personal bank account that we are using to fund these fucking shows. So it's like we
I
get
got
our
to make
money
it back.
back, cool. If we don't, and it's happened before, we're just like, well, shit, that sucks. But I think I'm going to be a lot more critical things, and that comes with pros and cons, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of guys that like, hey man, I would love to work for you. And I love these fucking guys, man, on a personal level, but just placing them is so fucking hard, man. And it's like, and I don't want to be an 11 match card where I'm not doing TV. Like 6 matches, 7 matches, maybe. Like, but I don't need to do a 27 match card and fucking all that. Like it's not in our budget. Like we're trying a couple of things different this year. Like it was obviously with the Al Snow thing and like working on that with Regina and
That,
Dragon's
excuse
Den.
me, sir. That's Miss
Miss
Regina.
Regina, yeah, yeah, it's
Thank
all the
you.
same. Uh,
No, no, you know what?
um,
Let's talk about that. February 7th, CWA invades the Iron Office. We're at the new Iron Office?
yes, Iron Office 3, yes,
And we have Al fucking Snow.
yeah. That flight's
Al
paid for.
fucking
Like,
Snow.
there's no turning back at this point. The fucking flight is paid for. Like, he's in, I'm in, we're all in. Like, he's coming to town. Like, it's exciting, man. Like, he shares our stuff. Like, me personally, like, I haven't talked to Al. Like, uh, Miss Regina's been taking care of all that because that's kind of like her bread and butter is like talent management and things like that. So she's been like our middle person. So it's been nice, like it's been really smooth sailing. Like I look forward to talking to him, to meeting him. From everything I gather, he's a pretty straightforward guy, kind of like likes to joke around and bullshit and kind of be goofy. And it's like then he'll fit right into our cast of characters, because we're all just we're all brotherhood at the end of the day and sisterhood, including our women now.
Can we get
But
Can we get some Leaf Cassidy action?
I mean, I can tell you that I've talked to one particular person because I don't want to spoil anything, but I've talked to one particular person and they have a lot of things planned that correspond with Al, and just laughing my ass off at like this stupid shit that they've told me. And like I said, I know like this isn't me like putting myself over or anything, but I'm very much of a I don't mind if people have ideas for themselves. I'm not I'm not the fucking Vince McMahon here where it's like my ideas are my ideas and nobody else can use them and nobody else like I've never been that guy. But like I always tell people like I'm always going to be willing to listen to an idea. Sometimes I might not use it because it just doesn't fit the scheme or the storyline or the setting or the position that you're in on the card. But if it is something that I like, I'll absolutely fucking use it and I'll gladly give you credit for it. And then this is a case where when I started thinking about stuff in the matches, I'm like, first person I thought of, I'm like, bing. I'm like, let me text them. Text them. I'm like, hey, what do you think about doing this? Like, what do you think about, you know, this, and this? And they're like, yeah, I love it. I'm like, cool. And then all of a sudden, hey, I got this idea. 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 And it's all related to what I originally, that first fucking seed that I planted in their brain turned into a fucking beanstalk within like a week. And I'm just like laughing and smiling. Like I'm like at the most random fucking times. I'll be at work and I'll see the message. I'll be at the gym and I'll see the message. I'll be here at home and I'll see the message. And I'm like, I just love the fact that like as a whole, between like in our circle, we have some really creative people that are very limited with their personal egos. We all have egos as wrestlers, which is cool, and performers and commentators and all that shit. Cool, but on a personal level, like we've done a really good job of like leaving that out the door and just kind of like working with each other's plans and ideas to grow shit. And I think that's why I think it's made the whole scene that we're in, like our Central Valley scene, stronger than it's ever been.
Oh, no doubt.
Because when I came in, dude, it was like Null didn't get along with PPW. PPW didn't get along with Null. Null didn't get along with Five Star. Like everybody hated each other. Then it was like, okay, now it's fucking best of the or excuse me, Lucha Extreme. They don't like CWA, and then it's like they don't like this person. They don't. And then became everybody hated LX, and then it's like now it's like everyone just kind of like fuck them. Everyone just kind of just leaves each other alone, like. But
Or
like the
or
Valley
or
scene
or
is like
crosses
super
each
tight,
other like
and
like
that's
like
okay, dude. Like
like in
you're
the
in,
good way. Like,
yeah. Like I mean, like even like when like if you put it like for perspective, like I know we like you and I were talking in the in our super show chat. God, let me say that again. Super show chat. God damn, that's a really hard thing to say. And you're like, we're like talking about different things, and I'm like, hey, this is why blah blah blah, you know. And I kind of put the pieces together for the one, two, three, four, five, and then you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But then I'm also like, you're really like part of that shit too because you work for this place, this place, this place, this place, this
Dude,
place.
all of them. It's crazy now because used to I represented Blacklist and CWA.
Yeah,
Now, like you break it down with AJ going off and doing Savannah Bananas, I'm heading up the desk for Best of the West now.
yeah,
I've had a couple. The first one was 100% accidental, but the last time I wound up I've worked for Dragon's Den twice now. And actually, you know what the highlight of that fight card that you didn't get to make it to was?
I don't
Wolfie
know.
called the whole show with me
Oh, I guess
because
his second, third time he's called the show,
second
right?
he
Second,
called Blacklist
he
and
did
LB with
Blacklist.
me the
Yeah,
last time, yeah.
yeah.
And not only that, but being as it turned into a giant clusterfuck because certain fighters had to get home and whatnot, we had to move the fights forward in the night. So during one match, I was charged with going and finding and making sure the fighters were ready to go as the ring announcer, I guess. I don't fucking know. And so I just handed my mic off to the big MF Matt Freeman and left Freeman with Wolfie calling a match.
Oh,
And,
Matthew Freeman.
and that is two of the most unhinged commentators you will ever hear. And then at one point, like Wolfie's like, "Where's my dad?" And Freeman's like, "Don't worry about your dad, kid. You live with me now."
I like you notice like right away when you say his name, I perk up this fucking gigantic smile. Matt is one of the funniest fucking people I've ever been around. Like, and because he's truly the definition of don't give a fuck. Like, he's the funniest fucking guy like ever. Like, he's so unpredictable, but like he's
You
always like, no, you don't, dude. And that's what makes it so much fun with him is that like it's like you don't know what version you're gonna get, but he's the funniest goddamn guy ever. Like that's why like I constantly, on commentary and even on like my socials, I'll post like I'll post
keep talking
he's
for a second.
uh he's doing his stuff from the Big MF Ranch because like I think a lot of people don't realize like, hey, this is his fucking house, dude. Like he literally lives here, 40 fucking feet away from where the ring's at, from where the shows are happening. Like, and for a while it's like he was even opening up his home for people to use the restroom and things like that. And they've obviously since then they've gotten a porta potty rental company to like jump in there and do the business. And that's been cool, but it's just one of those things that like I don't think Matt gets enough credit for the shit that he's doing out here. He's really kind of like changed that whole trajectory, and like I said, a lot of guys don't give him that just due because for whatever fucking reason, I don't know what it is, but Matt's as a performer, he's fucking absolutely nuts. As a promoter, he's giving a lot of fucking guys a lot of fucking chances right now, and I think it's something that needs to be said. Like the Dragons Den kids, they're all really talented. They all have a really big future in them. And these guys are just, if you like think about the who's who of the next crew of future stars in the next 5 years, it's like you got Paris, you got Assassino, you got um Zeke, you got Giga, Razzle Dazzle, like Simori. Like there's just so many guys
Oh
in that
God,
fucking
Simori is
like
so. Dude, that guy needs to get out and work some more. Like every time I see that guy, I'm just fucking floored by his gimmick.
he's getting better by the day, dude. Like he really is. Like I'm very like impressed with him. He's a good kid too. Like I know I shouldn't be like revealing that, but because I don't want to fucking ruin his gimmick, but he
He
really is a good
terrified
kid.
Wolfie.
Yeah, no, he's great. His girlfriend, same thing. Very wonderful people. So I'm sorry, like, if you've ever seen this, but yeah. Like
Amazing.
I said,
No, I'm sending it
yeah,
to everybody as soon as we get off, dude. Like,
yeah.
but no,
Send it to the chat. But
back
he's
just
a
because
good
I
kid,
had.
man. Like I said, there's so many guys at the Dragons, and then like Liam's one that from Turnbuckle Tapes is like now getting ready to have his first like unofficial official match at the January show. Like there's a lot of fucking guys there, man. And I'm like, there should be no reason why these guys aren't up and down the fucking road like in the next 6 months to a year. And like I said, I see Thai starting to get his reps and go places. Russell Dazzle's in the East Bay. They did next up. Well, they'll eventually
Keyshawn
make their
Calloway,
way.
dude.
Well, he's next level. So
You know what? But he's always rolling with the Dragons, them boys.
yeah, he has a connection there because like I said, Noah's with them usually because Noah and him are best friends, so they usually kind of roll together. Like in the same, there's just like I was talking about earlier, dude. There's just so many fucking. You can name a school, and I'm like, oh, this kid, this kid, this kid, this kid, this kid. Like, there's just everybody has a fucking talented crew going now.
Yeah.
Like you just
Ba-
it's
Back,
nuts, dude.
backing up to Freeman, man. Like, first of all, he's the lead trainer over there at Dragon's Den. He's the guy helping these kids cut their teeth and
Well,
get
Hayashi's
ready.
my head trainer. Hayashi's head trainer.
My
Freeman's
bad.
the owner. So
My bad. Freeman's the owner. Hayashi's the head trainer.
yes,
Um, well, Hayashi, and you want to hear a tragedy? I've never called a Michael Hayashi match.
who was I talking to about Hayashi the other day? I can't remember who it was, but fuck, who was it? I can't remember who it was I was talking to, but we were just talking about how Mike is such a fucking quiet, humble guy that he never, ever, ever has put anything out on social media. They're like, yeah, I'm the head trainer here. Hey, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. Hey, my shit don't stink. Like, he's never once done anything like that. He lives a very quiet life outside of
Doesn't even,
wrestling. Doesn't mingle with people's bullshit.
doesn't even
He's a
promote his
very
matches though. That's the only complaint I got.
yes. I will agree with you that I will agree with you fully there. That is something that I did struggle with when I was using him. Is that definitely doesn't promote his matches, but again, he's very just an off the grid kind of guy. And that's something that I'm like, okay, that makes sense to who he is as a person. So like as a promoter, I'm like, eh. As a
We
person, I'm like, I wish that I could be like this dude. To like just fall off the face of the earth like every day after work. He
well,
goes and teaches, and then boom, right back to it.
well, I mean, you know what? As you know, I've been a band member longer than I've been involved in this world of wrestling that connected us. And so I understand, when you get in a band, you got people like our boy Boss, who he's everything. He's the musician, the writer, the promoter, he's all of it. And then you've got the musicians that are artists. That's who another good example is? Landon Ramos. Landon
Love him,
Ramos is not the biggest promoter of himself.
love him.
He's going to give you the fucking highlight of the night, but he's not going to tell everybody that he's doing it.
He's gotten a lot better about it. Like I
Since
think
his
I
return.
yeah, I think it's one of those things that I think it's more on a personal level than it is a professional level. Where I think he just like he's very much a person that doesn't believe in himself. Where it's like, especially like I'm like, well, since retired now, the footage will eventually make its way out to TWS fucking channels. But it's my match is already out there with him and I, and we would just go back and forth and talk and talk and talk. Even now, we still talk to each other. We say hi to, we'll just check in. Hey, buddy, I miss you. Love you. Love you too,
Super
buddy. Like
super friendly dude,
the
man.
best dude. He's fucking the best. And
Like
you know,
I hadn't had the pleasure until the last show at CWA when he took on Mike Rain. And we buddied the fuck up real quick.
he's the best
Like,
dude. Like we constantly talk about like, man, I really wish we had just a couple more months of our storyline. I'm like we fucking crammed a year of a storyline into 3 fucking months. Not even 3 months, like 2. And like it worked out really well. Like I said, the match was great. I love him. I took care of him. He took care of me. Like, and just how good he is in the ring. It's like I constantly tell him, I do, like, you are so fucking good. Like, but he's not that kind of guy to like pop up at a show. Like, he's not one of those kind of people. Like, he's like, I'll come to a show if I'm booked, but he's also like the kind of guy that's like, I really don't care if I'm booked. It's one of those things where it's like he would rather take a booking from a friend than take a booking from a company he doesn't know. And I think and I don't think it's like a detriment to him because I don't think he gives a shit. But I think if like
He
somebody
does what he wants.
yes, yeah, yeah, it's like say like Blacklist called and like, hey, you want Landon? Can you come out? Blah blah blah. If he probably be like, I don't know really, I really don't know too much about them. Probably not. But if
I
you
would have
ask, yeah, if you're like, hey, hey, dude, no, hey,
that.
it's me. Like it would be like, oh, okay, cool, man. Yeah, I can do that. Like,
Blacklist just messaged him, he'd probably be like, "Yeah, we'll see what's up."
dude, I guarantee he would say no. He'd
Right?
probably be like, I'm okay, man.
If I hit him up and was like, "Hey, by the way, that's me messaging you," he'd be like, "Oh shit, okay. Like, what do you got in mind?" Like, like, well, you know what? I'm gonna, I'm gonna take the rare high horse because, as you know, I don't pull critique on you. I don't talk down to you at all. Like, I don't ever get in your teeth because I work for you
Yeah.
more often than not. Like, but I will say this: you made either a tremendous mistake or it was the smartest thing you ever did when you were like, "Oh, Landon Ramos and Mike Rain's going to be the highlight of the night," like in booking, because Daniel Torch and Brandon Humphrey took that shit personally.
I'm an evil mastermind. Like I know when I map shit out, I'm like, there's a lot. Like I was looking at everything, and I'm like, there's a lot of matches on this fucking card. I'm like, I even impressed myself with doing. And then like like with
That was no.
yeah, and like with this, for the next upcoming card, like we still have like 3 or 4 matches to announce. Like off air, we'll talk because I just realized right now, I'm like, or not right now, but I realized was it like yesterday, one of the matches I had planned to go out next week, I didn't even fucking realize that the guy couldn't even make it. I got the fucking dates mixed up, and I was like, fuck, because he told me he couldn't make a show. I thought it was a super show, so I'm like, okay, cool, I'll have you for February. Bop 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 bop. Done.
Wait, so he's making the
And
super show?
no.
Damn.
So I was like, shit. So I was like, I can't believe I fucked that up. So I already have our CWA match. Like, it's easy. Like, that's a really easy one for me. Like, they're already like jabbers all on each other in a private chat. But I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, I can't believe I did that because then I'm like, because I was like, man, that match is gonna be fucking killer. And then now I'm like, I'm thinking like, okay, who the fuck can I replace him? And I'm like, bing, just you and I talking. I'm like, I'll call this guy tomorrow because I'm like, I know this guy would be a perfect fucking guy for Torch. Like, so I'm just
Okay,
like,
so now I've already got an idea. Okay, and now I already know who because I know
yeah. So
I know what the plan was there. Okay, okay.
yeah. So yeah. I mean, it's fucking midnight. I don't know how many people are gonna watch this thing, but like,
We
it's
got
just
two.
like, all right. Well, hello to the two. I don't know who they are, but
I can't. Sean Zusman and Chris D. Jones. Probably
hello.
my wife, and my wife might be lurking over there in the room if she's still awake.
Yeah.
Dude, we got a new mattress today. We got the $200 fucking Posturepedic fucking pillow or Tempur-Pedic pillows.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
I can't wait to hit that bed. Like, I almost felt I was fighting for my life earlier today, laying in my new bed. Like, but
I
anyway,
love it.
what I was saying was like, no, you said that, and like I said, Torch and Brandon took that shit personally. And
Oh,
usually when you
B
make
Hump is like I know,
so
but like
good,
he's dude. Like this guy needs to be everywhere. I just know that like his distance is the thing because he lives like in Clear Lake, which is like 4 hours from Fresno.
right?
But fuck, dude, he's like I love Brandon Humphreys so much. Like he's so fucking good in the ring, dude. Like so good. Like it's crazy how like good he is.
Well, and like I said, him and Torch, like, well, the thing is, usually when you say that, and you know, I as I've said, I trust your judgment. You know, wrestling, so on and so forth. If you tell me this is going to be the one to watch, I'll take your word for it. When you were like Zach Abstract, Prince Gabriel, yes, 100% stole the show. The brawl with the BLE and the Slade came close, but not in a
That
wrestling
show
point.
is
It was
that
just
was the
chaos.
stupidest shit ever.
Yeah,
Like DJ posted the video was
that
it
shit was
yesterday?
awesome. But it wasn't. Hold on, we'll get to that beat down in a second.
It was
But
stupid.
because I have some questions to ask you about a participant. Um, but Prince Gabriel and Zach Abstract was absolutely wrestling match of the night. Like
Oh
no
yeah.
question. I mean, we're both tight with Gabe. We know what Gabe's capable of. Zach Abstract is so fucking good. I can't wait. I was so sad he left town the week before Blacklist because I had a spot for him. And if Will protested, I had a spot for him. I didn't give a shit. Like I was
I
getting that.
love him. I still talk to him. We still keep in touch. I'm like, and I've told him like, dude, you ever make your way back here, like you
Come
have
on.
spots. I promise you.
Come on, come here. Like, yeah, absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
dude, and for as good as he was so about it. Like, I sat down. I will say this as a commentator, you know, and you have praised me on this. Where I beat everybody is I take my notes. I'm in wrestlers' DMs, you know, as soon as you tell me who's booked that I don't know, boom, talk to me about yourself, tell me your accomplishments, notable opponents, blah, blah, blah. I didn't get that chance with him. So I shook his hand when he arrived and we start talking. And immediately we connect because I know the town he's from, Joplin, Missouri. I've been there. And, you know, we get to rapping. And then when he got in my teeth, match with him and Gabe at least once a month. Like he got in my teeth and was like, I'm leaving. And I was like, we already paid you. And he was just like, all right, I'll do it. And he came up to me afterwards and was like, dude, thanks for interacting with me. And I'm just like, the fuck? Like, I'm supposed to. Like, that,
Well,
you know, he was like, but nobody
his
does.
style that he was telling me that too. Like when we talked, he was telling me like the Midwest style that they have up there is like it's very like he's like I came here and it was just really like different, dude. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, you say that. I was like, he's like, but just everything, man. It's like it's just so weird how like you guys like your stories and your progressions and your he's like it's there's no guessing and then when he came to CWA he's like dude I like the way you format your shows and blah blah blah. I'm like thanks man. I was like I was like I learned from a lot of shitty people. I was like that's the thing. I was like as weird as that sounds, I was like I really did learn from shitty people. I was like because I've been part of the scene for so long that like all the good that I've been a part of I was like I don't even have to worry about it. I was like, because I already know what that works. I was like, all the bad is what helped me make the good work. I was like, and I think
I,
that was really important to me because
I
I
know not to do
saw,
that.
yeah, I know not to open up with fucking a 27-minute fucking promo. Like I know not to end my show with the same guys from match one that were in match two and match three, jump in match four. Like this isn't fucking Monday Nitro. Like, you can leave a little bit on the bone for next time. I was like, but they should leave full, feel satisfied because and like I said, you can leave some meat on the bone for next time. Like, oh shit, what's gonna happen the next show? And that's why I do it like my social media write-ups. It's like I'm like, oh, at the last show, blah 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 blah. Like I use that as my lead in to whoever's reading our fucking stuff that is what you're using to get into the next show. Because and sometimes probably people don't even read them. I don't fucking know, but
No, you know what, dude? It's as somebody who's involved in it and somebody who's been a fan of wrestling, because let's be real, we are all Boss Blacker's character. We're a bunch of low budget fucking wrestlers who wrestlers and wrestling personalities who work locally. And yes, we've touched some big names, but more than anything, what we do is we go out and we entertain our communities with what we love to do and what we're about. And in the end, that's what it is to us. It's we don't care that we're not in front of millions of people on TV. I'm stoked that the 135 that showed up came to
Right.
fucking watch what we do. You know, and half of them, I shake their hands, I hug them, I got them on my social media. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it doesn't
Same.
fucking matter. Like I'm happy to put those smiles on those faces. This is who I do this for. You know, and I feel like you've always felt the same way.
Yeah, like I think we'll get to wrapping it up here because it's getting pretty late.
Right, and we
I
and you
think
know
that
we're gonna
with
spend an hour talking to each other after we
oh
stop
yeah,
going live.
yeah, oh of course, and I think it's just I think to wrap put a bow on this shit. I think it's really important to people that people leave satisfied or happy because if you're not giving them an emotion that's gonna make them feel good, why the fuck would they want to come? Like I wouldn't want to be at a show where it's like I'm like, that first match was cool, but the rest was fucking a stinker. Maybe I'll just wait to see what happens next time. Like it wouldn't. There's not an urgency there, compared to where it's. I would rather be in a position where it's like, yeah, the whole show was good. I can't wait for the next one.
Right.
That's
Oh
why I
my
think it's
god, I
it's
can't wait
it's
till
really
next time.
important. Yeah, I think it's really important to have that lined up because if not, then you're kind of fucked, Like you really got like that's why it's really important. Like even like I was telling you earlier off air, I was like, it's really important like to have your next shit lined up because what will happen is that if you like built a storyline or whatever, 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 and then your next show is not for another 5 months, 6 months, it's like we just wasted precious cargo on this and we can't even get to that. So it's very important to if you're gonna build something to build off of that, like plant that fucking seed and continue to grow it rather than plant the seed and then have your dog just kind of piss on it and then call it a day.
Write it episodically. I mean,
Yeah.
if nothing else, I know I'm gonna see good wrestling is cool. But what the fuck happens next is the emotion I really want out of that crowd.
Exactly.
Like and that was you mentioned this isn't Nitro. The best thing that Nitro did when they first started going live before WWF did was to say, we're out of time, we gotta go, you gotta tune in next week and we'll update you on what happens.
Yeah, that is true. Like, for what WCW was and is and has what, and then the timeline that we had it, it's the one thing that yeah, a lot of people remember. The table machines are rolling around time. We'll see you next week. And like, yeah, but if you're not having another show from January till fucking October, you can't do that. So it's very important. And I think it's lost in like a level of the indies. It's like unless you have a complete structure where you can do this shit every month, don't fucking run your big money storyline if you really can't fucking pay it off.
You
I
know
think
what? We
that's
got so much to talk about in post.
yeah, we do. So like
So anyway, go
we're
ahead and you know what? Clearly CWA February 7th, Iron Office. What's the address again, Jason?
oh god, I don't even know it off the top of my head. It's this find us on Facebook and Instagram, California Wrestling Association. Yeah, October 7th, 7 matches.
February 7th.
Netflix, yes, February 7th, Iron Office 3. The biggest Iron Office to date, 50,000 square feet. I was literally there yesterday. It is fucking insane how gigantic this place is going to be. I'm not going to give away any of their business details of what's happening there, but yeah, insanity. So I said Al Snow's going to be there. WWE, fucking ECW, TNA, MTV, Netflix, OVW. This goddamn guy has been around since
Al
I was
fucking
in
Snow.
preschool. Seminar Q&A before the show. 4 o'clock. We'll let everybody in a little early so you have a chance to meet him, take a picture. Sign whatever the fuck you want to sign, all that fun jazz. All that will be part of the experience. We're not charging anybody to meet, like, we're not charging any kind of premium to come in early. Al will have his own prices at his booth for everything he's doing. So, come prepared. Make sure you have cash. I don't know. I don't know what Al does, but we'll get all
But
that
make
shit
sure you
worked
have
out.
cash, all right?
Yeah, because I mean, cash is king, well, especially when a guy that's traveling in. But yeah, I mean, like, so all the information will be on Instagram and Facebook at California Wrestling Association. Find us there.
And then March 12th, I believe.
No, I don't think that's right either. 14th.
I'll
I
look.
can't get out of my thing because if I get out of my thing, it's gonna completely wipe our whole
I'll
shit.
look up
So
the group chat. I got it.
I want to say it's the 14th, dude.
Saturday, March 14th, 2026, American Legion Hall in Merced, California.
Yeah,
The CWA Super Show. And man, I've got to be a part of every Super Show. And my tagline at the last couple has been X number of federations colluding. Gentlemen, welcome. And we're doing it again. Five fucking federations. We got Blacklist. We got CWA. Best of the West. We got fucking Wrestling for Charity for the first time. And also, we have invited in the 209 Dragons Den. 11 matches, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah,
My
big
voice is
card,
going to be absolutely fucking shot by the end of the
big
night.
card.
But we're going to do the damn thing. And then I'll have some Blacklist news for you here in the next 2 weeks or so. But
Perfect.
there we go. We've already got 2 on the docket.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. We have some good times ahead of us. Let's make it happen.
So, all right, I'm going to hit end stream because there's a lot of things, Jason, you can tell he wants to say that he can't say because he ain't no spoilers.
No spoilers. Even though it's midnight, no spoilers.
No spoiler. Dude, this would be the time someone would jump on and be like, what? Or
Who
someone's
is
going to
it?
watch it back in the morning and be like, wait,
Yeah,
what?
that's what I'm worried about, dude.
What'd you
Is
say in the
that
last 3 minutes? Like, so,
yes?
all right, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Fucking California Wrestling Association, Blacklist Pro Wrestling, Best of West Wrestling, 209 Dragons Den, Wrestling for Charity. Check them all out. Super Show. Everybody's got shit booked. Man, don't be a loser. Come support the locals. We'll see you next time. That me and Jason fucking call each other. I'm going to make you watch that pumpkin to the groin match.